Everybody, welcome to another episode of the recent online currency sales roundup from Currency Collector Searcher. My name is Victor, and today we are taking a look at the recent eBay sales of $1 bills that took place over the past 5 or 6 days online on eBay. And we have a wide variety of notes I'm going to show you today. A nice variety of different fancy serial numbers that are highly valuable and that are highly sought after by collectors and investors as well. Just like the thumbnail here says, these duplicate star notes, these 2013B duplicate star notes, these are selling like hotcakes. People are clamoring up and just really bidding away at these. It's pretty incredible. And I'm going to show you, as I've shown you in my other videos, I'm going to show you, what a matching pair sells for. So you'll have a good idea of why people are clamoring over these 2013B star notes, especially the ones that are in nicer condition. So today, these are all going to be $1 bills because they have the highest profit margin. As I've talked about in other videos, the notes, the $20 bills and 50s, for example, if a $20 bill sells for 30 bucks and a $1 bill of the same serial number sells for $30, the $1 bill gives you a higher profit margin. That's why I focus more on the low denomination notes. And none of these are going to be graded. These are all going to be just raw. They speak for themselves. There's no reason to really grade these at all, except if you got a matching pair of duplicate star notes, you may want to get that graded. But other than that, you don't really need to grade these, okay? So let's jump right into it. I want to show everybody that when you go on eBay and you type in the word fancy serial number, this is how popular this is. This is how, this is how many are available. There's over 17,000 fancy serial number dollar bills available on eBay right now. I mean, think about that. That's 17,000. About a month ago, there was about 15,000. Now it's up to over 17,000 and climbing. If you're not looking for these and cashing in on selling these, you're really missing out. And that's why I'm doing these videos, to give you the tools I need to equip you to do this. All right. So let's take a look here. This first one here. Now this is what's called a near solid. Sometimes it's called 7 of a kind as well. This note here, this is a gem mint condition note. I assume it came out of a BEP bank strap of $1 bills. 6 in a row ones, and then another one at the end there. It is a fancy serial number, of course. And this gem mint note sold, 25 people bid on this, 25 bids, and it sold for $78. So that's a very, very nice sale right there. People are bidding up, really bidding on these, as you'll see as I go through this, okay? Now keep your eye on some of these notes, like this one here. Keep your eye on the condition of this. I mean, look at how weathered this is. Look how tattered this note is and how many hands this must have went through before somebody in the know pulled this out of circulation. But this is a super repeater. It's 38, 38, 38, 38. These are literally 1 in a million notes. They only make, 99 of these or 98 of these per 96 million notes. So it's literally 1 in a million. That's why these are hot commodities here as well. But this is very, very nice, kind of a weathered used note. But it's called a binary. It's a super repeater. Okay, that's what that's called. And this one here, in this condition, sold also for $78 with 18 bids. If it was in nicer condition, it probably would have sold for a little bit more. But hey, a dollar bill for 78 bucks, that's a pretty nice sale right there. I wouldn't argue with that all day. All right, so let's take a look here at this one here. Now this one here, this one also is quite used. Not as bad as the other one, but you can see a lot of dirt up here on the side. Excuse me. Up here above the picture, there's some I don't know what that is up there, but some dirt or whatever, some staining over here as well. But this is called a true binary, okay? Because it's 2 numbers, that's why it's a binary. And when it's zeros and ones, that's a true binary. That's called true, okay? Because of old computer code, it was done in zeros and ones as well. So this note here is very, very sought after. I have some of these myself. As a matter of fact, I just got this one right here. I know it's hard to see here, but I just got this one right here recently, all ones and zeros. But this one here sold with 20 people bidding on it, and it sold for $60. So a very, very nice sale there. A good job by the seller for cashing in on this $1 bill here. All right, now look at this one. Look at how folded. I mean, people put this in their pocket, folded it. It's got a nice crease down the middle from wallets or billfolds. The edges are, are not very nice. This edge here is all folded, and anyway, it's obviously it's been circulated quite a bit. But this $1 bill here, this is a quad repeater, 2085, 2085. These are very common. Probably around 10,000 of these or so per million. So what's that, about 1 in 1,000 of these, you'll find one of these. But that being said, it did sell, somebody did buy this for $25. With $5 shipping, it's $30. So, these do have a value for people. People do like to collect these, maybe because it's their address, perhaps. People like to collect these for different reasons. But this person turned $1 into $25. So good job by this seller. Very, very, very good job. All right, now this next one here. Now look at this photo here. And you can learn a lot from photos by looking at things on eBay. You can look at how not to put photos up here. Now I'm thinking this seller probably did this on purpose because this is a flipper bill, okay? The serial number is 9 and then all zeros and a 6. And when he put the note up here on eBay, he flipped it over and it still reads 9, all zeros and a 6, probably displaying that it's a flipper note. So a flipper is one that reads the same this way, right here. And also when you flip it over this way, it reads the same as well. Okay, so that's called a flipper note. These are, pretty popular. And flipper notes consist of the numbers 0, 6, and 9 because they read the same. 8s don't read the same because the top of the 8 is bigger, the circle's bigger than the bottom. And 1s don't because 1s have that little mark on the top of the 1, that little hitch on the top left of the 1. So this one here, this note in this condition, 4 people bid on it and it sold for $70. I mean, this sold almost as much as the super repeater, the 3838 note that's 1 in a million. So these are very, very hot. People love to buy some of these, somewhat rare notes. So the market is really heating up right now. So, if you're not participating, I want to encourage you. Let me show you this list here. This is a list here. If you're a searcher, this is a list of fancy serial numbers on the bottom here to look for, and an example of what each one numerically, how it is displayed. So go ahead and take a snapshot of this. I've showed this in many videos, but go ahead and take a snapshot. And this is what each of the different fancy serial numbers, what it looks like on a note, okay? All right, now these two here, okay, this is in choice uncirculated condition here, and this one here is gem uncirculated. So these are in very, very nice condition. Again, this is a 7 of a kind or a true binary, which is quite rare, especially in this condition. This one sold for $152 with 29 people bidding on, or 29 bids. Think about that. That's 29 people bidding on this. I mean, that's a battle. And this one down here with 7 in a row threes, this one sold for $188. So there's a big market for these. People are really, really desiring these notes here. So, keep an eye on your pocket change. Go to the bank and get some of those $100 bank straps or $1 bills. Don't ever let a note pass through your hand without looking at the serial number, okay? And I'm going to show you here in a minute why it's important to also look at the back of your note, not just the front, okay? Now, this one here, look at the condition of this. Look at all those folds going through this note here. But this is a trailing solid 8s, okay? So the 8s are very, very highly collectible. The number 8, because the number 8 in the Japanese culture and in China, it's considered to be a lucky number associated with wealth and prosperity and success and status. And in Japan, it's a symbol of prosperity. So you have a lot of people around the world that are looking for these notes with the 8s in it. So they're very, very hot sellers, okay? 8, 7s, and 1s are the ones that sell the most for the highest amount. Now this is, of course, like I said, it's a solid 6 of a kind, trailing 8s, okay? This is a trinary, which means it only consists of 3 numbers. It's a 0, a 7, and an 8. And this sold with 21 bids, sold for $104. So this person turned a $1 bill into $100. Good job by that seller right there. Very good. All right, now this right here, this is another one of those super repeaters. This one is 03030303. And this is this seller put this as a crisp $1 bill, meaning it's in good condition. So this one here, I mean, look at what these are selling for, everybody. You've got to look for these 1 in a million notes. They're out there. People are finding these out there. As I'm showing you here, this is the second one today, and people sell these on eBay every week. So this one here sold for 32 bids for $176. I mean, that's incredible. Someone paid $176 for that. Okay, that's how hot this market is becoming. These weren't selling for this amount a couple months ago. All right, now this is why you want to look at the back of your notes. If you look at this note here, look at the front. Nothing conspicuous on the front of this note. Everything looks totally normal, just a regular $1 bill. Okay, but when you turn the note over on the back, you're going to find a nice ink smear here on the top and on the bottom. Okay, this was done at the printing press from the BEP. This is why you have to turn your notes over, every single one of them, and look on the back, because you never know what you're going to see on the back. Okay, and I know a lot of people don't do that. But this note here with this ink smear, this is an error, okay? And these also are pretty highly sought after. Now, this is not a major, I'd say it's kind of a moderate error, all right? Some of them have the whole entire back stained with a smear. But this one sold for $26 with 22 bids. And it's this seller said it's in very fine condition with no rips, tears, stains, or pinholes. So good find by this seller, and good job of turning it over to the back. All right, now this one here, this is a misaligned note, okay? This is a 1969B Federal Reserve note or $1 bill. Now you'll see it's miscut on the right-hand side as well. There's no margin on the right-hand side there. But what you'll see is the third print. So when notes get printed, the back of the note gets printed first. And then the photo and all the boundary and blat gets printed second. And then the third print is called the overprint. That's the green serial number, this green seal on the right, the black seal on the left, and the numbers here, like the 12 and 12. That's the overprint, all right? So this one got shifted to the left. You see the L is way over by the portrait, and the 12s are over into the O, the N, and the E. So this is an overprint shifted way to the left, all right? It's a definite misalignment. So this one, in this nice condition, sold for $30 with 5 bids. So a very nice sale by this person. All right, now what I want to show you is how hot and how on fire these 2013B duplicate star notes are right now in the market. So look at the condition of this. I know it's it's a pretty blurry picture, but the condition, I can see folds on it, down the middle, over here. I can see how the corners are a little bit rounded. They're bent. It looks pretty weathered. Now, this note here in this condition, and this person was very fortunate. 24 bids on this one. In this condition, it sold for $32. These have been selling for between $18 or $20, maybe $25. Now this one here is up to $32. This just shows you, how in high demand these notes are. All right, that $32 for that note right there. Okay. Now this one here, look at the beat up condition of this note. There's staining on the top of this one. You know, it has a crease down the middle. The portrait is, you know, is really weathered and you know, not crisp or sharp at all. Just a very, it's not even, this note would not even be crisp. It would be a very wilted note in your hand. And this one sold for $59.99, say 60 bucks. Somebody bought this for 60 bucks. I mean, that's twice as much as these normally sell for, you know. You know, if you're not looking for these, you've got to keep your eyes on these, okay? And the way to look for these, they're series 2013. It'll have a number 2 here, you know, which is a B. That's the second letter of the alphabet. You'll see a B right here, okay? And then you'll have the serial number. So 2013 B, and they're only on $1 bills, okay? And so this one here, also in pretty beat up condition, okay, pretty weathered, you know, pretty stained. Here, this one, now I can't believe this. Now this one sold for $1,000. Look at that, $1,000. All right. Now, why would somebody pay $1,000 for this? The only reason why I can think of that somebody would pay $1,000 for this is because they have the matching pair. They have the other one. Okay. These have been selling, as I'm going to show you here in a minute. These have been selling for a lot more than $1,000. So if you're a person that's holding the Washington D.C. note here and you have the serial number and you find this online, you would gladly pay $1,000 for this, knowing what these sell for when you have the matching pair, the Fort Worth and the D.C. note. Okay. All right. Now, so here's one here, another duplicate serial number. This one sold for 38 bids for $55. Okay, this looks to be in pretty decent condition, but that's a nice sale there. Now I'm going to show you here in just a minute here, this one here in this weathered condition, you know, with creases and folds and dirt and, you know, the weathering on it. This one sold for $37 at 23 bids. Again, these were selling for $20 to $25, you know, a month ago. Now they're up to, you know, $30, $32, $35, $37. So these, looks like the prices of these are going up, you know, pretty good here, all right? Now, the reason why these are selling so much and the reason why that one sold for $1,000, check this out. This matching pair here and these low grades, the highest grade is 70, okay? This one graded at 25. This one graded as a 30. You know, lots of folds, lots of creases, lots of weathering and dirt on these notes, lots of staining. This matching pair sold for $5,500, okay? So that's why that one sold gladly for $1,000. I'm sure the person bought that for $1,000 with no problem at all. Didn't even bat an eye. I wouldn't either. This pair here sold April 9th of 2023 for $5,138. This one here sold graded as a 65, a nice high grade here. This one graded as a 30, okay? This one here sold May 17th, 2023, the first one. Second one was April 9th. And the last one here, April 19th, 2023, sold for $4,900, graded also a 25 and a 30, all right? So these, everybody, these are hot sellers right now. If you're not looking for these, I want to strongly encourage you, pull your star notes out, you know, make sure you're looking for these. And again, they're going to be only $1 bills. They're going to have a 2 as the number over here, which is going to be a B over here on the side. And you've got to go to a website called mycurrencycollection.com, okay? And you have to do what's called Star Note Lookup right here, okay? So go to mycurrencycollection.com. On the left-hand side here, click on Star Note Lookup, enter the denomination, which is $1, enter the year of 2013, and enter the serial number right here, including the B and the star. If you see this right here on the bottom, if it asks you what facility, then you have one. Okay, that's how to tell if you have one or not. All right. So anyway, I hope this gave you a lot of information here on what to look for as you search your notes and what they sell for. So go ahead, if you will, you know, to find out more about what kinds of other $1 bills are selling, what they sell for, what to look for, you know, how much they're worth. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. And I will have more videos coming out to you really soon. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.